Hey guys, this is Mary Jane, and we are on our sixth video for how to speak English well. So let's move on to our next tip. So, first, you have to also use modern English content produced by native speakers. In order for you to speak fluent English, you need a correct model to follow, and this should be representative of the modern language as it is spoken today. So, even if you're going to live, let's say, outside a majority English speaking country, the internet still provides fantastic access to learning opportunities. You have the news, you have websites, forums, social networks. You also have your Skype tutors, study websites, and etc. So there is really no excuse to be using outdated textbooks or just focusing on material that does not reflect on how natives speak the languages today. However, there is still a place for literature and older work as long as you're able to distinguish between current versus outdated forms and then try to just really make an appropriate choice when you're speaking. All right, moving on. Let's go to tip 19. So you have choices, choices, and choices. So most ESL learners struggle at times to select the correct words and phrases to match the context in which they are speaking. This is a very difficult task to acquire, and mistakes often arise because the student is using outdated textbooks and other materials that does not reflect modern usage. Another criticism often directed at non-natives is that they sound overly formal when speaking English. Again, this is due to inappropriate word selection. Example, non-natives might favor formal terms like postpone or collect, but natives prefer phrasal verbs such as put off or pick up in everyday conversation. So you have to be careful on your word choices. Hot tip. It is often best to avoid using textbooks or other resources written by non native speakers. So it's because they're most likely to contain errors and they might still be using some old fashioned language. Tip 20. English is constantly evolving. To be a fluent English speaker, you must be prepared to adapt to the ever changing nature of the language and, of course, to learn continuously. Native speakers never stop learning English as the language is really constantly evolving under a variety of influences. So we have mass media, we have the trends, we have advertising, politics, foreign language contacts, and many more. So, if you want to keep your finger on the pulse, you need to expose yourself to current native English content on a regular basis. You also have live interaction with native speakers, which is really a big advantage if you're going to get that opportunity. All right, moving on to 21. So, let me put it, okay, which is better. Okay, maybe down here. All right, so